I have over 20 mining rigs that are losing me money every day. And if you went back in time, some of these machines were literally the most profitable mining rig you could possibly buy in the world at the time. And some of these actually remained as being the most profitable miners in the world for a while. But things have gotten worse. Many of these mining rigs are not even a year old, and now they're burning more in electricity than they're earning in passive income mining these cryptocurrencies. These miners used to be cash cows, and cash cows to trash. That's been the trajectory of these miners. Sometimes mining ends up being the best way to earn passive income in the world ever. Other times, no, it doesn't. Hey, I'm Drew Vosk. You can just call me Vosk though. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel where I've been documenting my crazy crypto journey building the VoskCoin mining farm. We mine Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and many other cryptocurrencies out here. And in the last couple years, I really doubled down on getting all of the new miner models into review. And some of these I paid dearly, spending thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. Or associated value, and like not making that much money back. Thankfully, some of these we did get into review for free, and as always, I tell you when that's the case. But many of them were not. Many of them had big bills attached to them, and it's just beyond frustrating. So today I want to break down what miners I'm literally just gonna turn around and unplug, and why. Because at some point you say, oh, what if the coin comes back? You got to mine through the tough times, whatever. Yeah, but at some point I'm losing so much money that I should just buy the coin, even though I already have the miner. This is mining now. They reached out, said they're better than ASIC miner value. So I put it through the paces today. And it's been a good tool. I like it if you're looking for an alternative to some of the other, AMBs and other things out there. So I pulled up a bunch of different mining rigs, went back. I haven't, maybe I'll update some of this data. Maybe it's not even worth the time, but you can get an idea of the situation. We've got mining rigs that cost 10 grand that lose money a year and a half later. We have a $30,000 mining rig that breaks even every day. It has not made $30,000. Hey, not even broken even. Buying these miners, it's supposed to be hopefully a good investment. And look, I'm focusing on the worst stuff right now. I have plenty of profitable mining rigs. My Doge miners have been incredible. Bitcoin mining has been solid. Okay, there's been a couple other things that have been good to great, especially if you took profits at certain times. But right now, I'm doing a pragmatic search through my hardware and saying, what should I just turn off? And let's really focus on the Bitmain Antminer KS3. This was the world-renowned mining rig. I had people talking to me about this miner that weren't even into crypto. They said, why wouldn't I buy some of these? Okay, they were so profitable. They were so expensive. They were so hard to get. They were so efficient. All right. That same miner is mining about $3 a day in Kaspa. This is the current coin price I'm recording. It's 7.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which is effectively my rate on the mining farm, for most of the mining farm, I should say. That cost me $6.30 a day to run. That means I'm losing $2.79 a day. If I'm losing a little bit, I don't really care too much, right? Right, but what I'm mining here, it has to double just to get me back to breaking even. And then you zoom out or you look long term, it's like, well, if I'm going to lose $500 running this over the next whatever period, why wouldn't I just buy the coin if I'm such a believer in it coming back? The whole point of mining, right, is why would I even mine? I'm supposed to be mining and basically buying the coin DCA all day, every day at a discount. And I've also got an expense, electricity, right? So I run this like a business. I expense my electricity, right? And then I've got my business income, the mining earnings. But at some point, it doesn't line up. Even if I have really profitable miners over here, oh my God, I'm fading away. Anyway, we don't have the time to worry about my wardrobe. The mining farm's losing money. Okay, and just to be clear for all the haters, you guys, the mining farm earns much more than it burns in electricity overall. The VoskCoin mining farm, generally speaking, is more profitable than it's ever been before. We are continuing to upgrade and double down and move to more profitable mining hardware, latest generation gear, and I'm absolutely staying the course, and we're looking to look even further long term and offset more and more of our electricity with solar energy generation. But again, what's the worst of the worst? And at some point I need to look at these numbers and just unplug them. All right, so really you'll see that Kaspa miners really dominate this. And it's largely to do with the rapid reduction in emission mixed with human greed, to the point that this was going to be, especially with the market cap they were able to climb to, very profitable to mine for a certain time, but it effectively halves annually. And I knew that it was going to wreck many miners. And really what I've noticed with Kaspa mining, it's kind of been a game of like chasing your tail. By the time most of my Kaspa miners are really breaking even and starting to turn a bit of a profit, they were fading into just irrelevancy. Right, so if we look at the mining algorithm for Kaspa, K-heavy hash, we look at all these miners. For the coin that was the hottest coin to mine not that long ago, basically, really in a way, the last 2 years, if not just 2023 and 2024, all these different miner models are in the red, and Kaspa's down, right? It's traded at more than twice its current price point, but that still doesn't make these numbers all that interesting. It doesn't make this very palatable. Alephium showed up out of nowhere, super profitable mining, and now all of these alph miners that these manufacturers are rushed to market are, they're not even turning a buck, literally. So then you look at like, oh, what are they gonna do to us next? It's probably Aleo. They already duped us with Radiant. So these are super profitable right now, but all the manufacturers are making as many as they can. Goldshell already has another new model coming out, so that's better than these. And to be frank, it's really burning me out, and it's kind of pissing me off. One of the number one factors to having a good experience and, turning a profit with mining is getting your gear in fast, especially after you commit your capital to it and order it. One of our key partners for doing that out here is ASIC Marketplace. We've been working with ASIC Marketplace for years. It's been a great experience. We've got a link that supports the channel down in the video description below, but more importantly, we've got a coupon code down there to save you some coin and support yourself by reducing the miner costs. Furthermore, we campaign for them to have the best-in-class coupon codes. So if you like the content and you want to grab a rig, consider supporting the channel and check them out. A weird miner we got is the Bitmain Antminer DR7. This is basically mining a very small cap cryptocurrency, siacoin prime or sia prime SCP. And that could take off and be crazy and be really lucrative in retrospect. I'm running it in our building that has 10 cents per kilowatt hour electricity because I haven't been able to pull enough juice to get my electric rate down. And this is what we call the field building, or HQ, on the VoskCoin farm. I steal space from there in the winter. It's not the best strategy, and I need to pull some circuits out of it to use more electricity to get my rate down to my higher commercial rate, or technically my lower commercial rate. But the point is, it's losing me $4.50 a day. It's a hard coin to buy, but it's not that hard. This is my biggest loser by far. Mining $2 of coin, and then I'm losing, right, $4.50 every day after you subtract this electric bill. That's just a gross move right there. The Dragonball A11, pretty new miner. Deployed this September 2024, about $9,000, right, getting into that, and now it's losing $3 per day. Nothing short of tragic, not good, not happy, bad, right? All of these little gold shell box miners on the latest coins to mine, none of them have held up. They're all losing money, and it's not just that they're losing money. When you kind of zoom in, like, some of these lose money, right? But they're still making a fair amount of coin, right? So I'm mining $3 of Kaspa. I'm losing $3 a day in electric. So if Kaspa doubles in price, I'm back to break even. Some of these coins just have big deficits in the income versus the actual profit, which is going to be our income minus our electrical cost here. For me, my rule of thumb in a cryptocurrency I have any level of belief in, if it is a full-size miner and it's losing less than $1 a day, that's within my risk tolerance. $2, maybe if it's a really bad dip in the short term, I can stomach that. But we're going from $2 towards $3, and this is sustained losses. It's been like this. I don't see it getting better. I see them releasing new, more powerful miners that will make a lot of this stuff even more obsolete and less profitable. I just got to take the L here. I got to turn them off, and I got to just buy these coins in particular if I'm so interested in whatever the specific cryptocurrency is. You know, example, a lot of this talk will kind of be focused on Kaspa. At least if you look at my tragic Antminer AL1, the worst $30,000 miner in history, it's mining $6 of alph, and it's costing me a little over $6 of alph to run. It's essentially breaking even. It's close enough. And alph is trading at a really low price per coin. This is all in, USD per coin in comparison to its historical prices. I've got 15 K7s that basically tread water right now, but I'm hopeful that CKB will pick it up moving forward. That's an old miner model. I'm sure they have a better miner model in their back pocket, but I think more of this price, the low daily USD earnings here, is just going to be the fact that CKB is trading a bit low compared to some of its historical prices. KDA, a cryptocurrency that's trading in the range of $20 per coin in the previous crypto bull run, is not even commanding the price of half a dollar. And these are actually earning more than they're burning still. So I have really high hopes that Kadena will pump at some point, and that will be a lucrative endeavor in retrospect. I sure hope so, because I have been mining, stacking, and biding my time on many of these cryptocurrencies for literally years, bleeding month over month over month. Have you watched our video on how I pay over $9,000 a month in electricity bills to run the mining farm? Let me tell you, I'm doing an updated version of that video, and it has increased by several magnitudes. It's gotten more expensive, and the profitability has gotten worse. Not good. But to be clear, the market conditions gotten worse. So you can zoom in on different points. You could be euphoric over here, and you'll be devastated over there. This category of miners down here are basically all my questionable miners, kind of barely breaking even. You also notice I have not run the numbers for any Doge miners, as well as any Bitcoin miners today. All those miners I'm good to go with right now. I'm running them, and I have such a big Doge mining presence, and also such a big Bitcoin mining presence on the mining farm. Those kind of just need to be delegated to a separate video because both of their situations are very different. I can sleep soundly mining Bitcoin for the rest of my life. Some of these other cryptocurrencies I don't think will be around the rest of my life, maybe not even another couple years, especially with the way that these prices are trending. Not that prices are everything, but they reflect a general level of interest and use, and even just the economics, the utility of this token. Why does it even exist? What does it even do? What is the point? I have some other miners I didn't fully factor into the equation down here. I got multiple units on those. I'm spending over $50 a day to run just on this category, not including this category, which dramatically increases that, right? Because we have just this one line is 15 times 5.54. Some of these miners I don't even have mining the respective cryptocurrencies. For example, I put my Kaspa miners on unminable, so they basically indirectly added to my Dogecoin mining power. So I think Doge will move up from this price in this current cycle. I think Kaspa will also probably do the same. Who's got a bigger upside? I don't know. I'm not here to pitch that today, but this is just kind of what I've been doing and a little bit of a snapshot on that. But the bottom line is it just doesn't make sense for me to run literally any of these Kaspa miners. I mean, literally any of them. The only miners that turn a profit are the Antminer KS5 Pros because they have the highest efficiency rating. The best Kaspa miner that I have is maybe the KS5L, and it's losing $2 a day because it's just that much less efficient than the KS5 by Bitmain. You see, look at the efficiency rating here, drastically different. So spending $50 a day to run this stuff, I'm losing about $27 a day with these associated mining rigs. I told you, it was kind of obvious if you pay attention. It's not like I'm some seer or something. Iceriver announced the KS7, 30 terahash a second for 3,500 watts, as well as the KS7 Lite, and provided an update on their Aleo miner, the AE0. If you run these numbers at 10 cents per kilowatt hour right now, after Kaspa has gone down even more since I originally recorded this video, even these brand new miners lose money at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, which boxes out very many of the potential miners. But let's go down to a more typical mining farm rate. It would be in line with our mining farm rate. The KS7 would then earn $1.68 over its electricity cost if your electricity cost is 7.5 cents per kilowatt hour. The KS7 Lite will bring you absolute crypto riches at about 21.5 cents per day after you account for that electricity. And even the KS5 and KS5 Pro that were previously green have now gone red with additional mining difficulty and competition in conjunction with a lower price per Kaspa coin. The direct predecessor that the KS7 by Iceriver essentially replaces is the Iceriver KS5M, which mined Kaspa at 15 terahash a second, consuming about 3,400 watts of electricity. The KS5M was brand new less than a year ago. They're now mining at twice that speed with only a 100 watt increase in power consumption. So in another year, are they going to have a model that mines at 60 terahash a second for 3,600 watts of electricity? At some point, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. So what's the point of even talking about this and sharing this? This is a sobering reality that not everything goes great. Not everything is super profitable for a super long time. These cryptocurrencies could mega pump and completely change the dynamic for these miners. It's not like I'm just going to throw them in the trash. It doesn't even make sense to sell them because they're not really worth anything and no one will really want to buy them. If they are not profitable at 7.5 cents per kilowatt hour, then there's not many buyers out there other than major mining farms that could run these and even, be in the green. Again, I want to remind you that I have plenty of profitable mining rigs on the mining farm. I'm thankful for that. This is just something that I need to do periodically. Evaluate my mining operation and what gear needs to be moved out of service. Because as I mine in one location longer and I continue expanding my electrical capabilities, I continue to have more and more room for more and more mining rigs, which means that miners will be plugged in and they will run for a long time, and they may outstay their useful length of life, their useful duty cycle. And so I can't just be sitting here idly not paying attention and losing all this money per day. It's just bad business. So again, if I have this stuff and it's burning more than it's earning, I may as well go buy the coin if I want it so bad. I'll end up with literally more coins. The only benefit, literally the only benefit here is if I need to use X amount of electricity to stay at a certain electricity rate, right? And also just expensing this electricity against my earnings from a tax point of view. But tax is already a theft and a scam. And look at what they spend your money on. We should all feel like idiots on that front. But the bottom line is I got a lot of stuff I need to turn off. I'll monitor this. And if the situation changes, I'll pull it back out and plug it back in. But this is the harsh reality of what it's like to be a miner, especially if you've been mining Kaspa and aleph. Those in particular have generated so much of just these short-term miner life cycles, right? Some people will take this video and probably take it out of context and make it so negative, right? But look at a Bitmain Antminer S21. Not particularly exciting, not particularly interesting, not particularly powerful, right? In the current generation of Bitcoin miners, not particularly efficient, 17.5 joules a terahash or watts a terahash of efficiency, right? That's latest generation efficiency. But understand the S21 XP is pushing 270 terahash a second for a small power increase and a pretty big bump in efficiency. The bottom line is that this miner has a release date of August 2023, and it is earning $3.64 a day over what it would cost me, I have some of them on my farm, in electricity to run, right? So you look at that is already going on nearly 2 years old. This will still be earning more than it's burning when it is 2 years old. And let's go back to the spreadsheet. Look at all these miners that are less than 2 years old from when I acquired them. And understand, when I acquired these miners, they were likely just released or released recently, because I've always been trying to stay on the front end of reviewing hardware early for obvious reasons. The point being here, though, is that you don't see anything that says 2022, and almost all of these miner models were released after 2023 or in 2023. So, I mean, you look at this miner, the mine's a obscure altcoin, released a year later than the S21. Look at that negative profit, right? And you could say that's a bit of a fringe case. Well, let's take all of these miners that are released about a year after. They're all losing over $2 a day. That S21 is earning well over $2 a day. Doge mining has been incredible, really. You look at L7s, they date back to 2021 and they're still pulling over $5 a day. They are making so much money that Bitmain started producing new L7s. I don't even know how or why, but they've started making new L7 batches. So there are L7s that are manufactured and shipped in 2025 that are brand new. That may not be the one you're getting. But yeah, L9's topping the chart at double the efficiency, or, twice as powerful, mining Dogecoin and the other script mining algorithm coins. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's where my head's at. That's the situation. I'm looking to, clean up the farm. I need to run a lean, mean mining machine, right? So I'm serious. I'm joking, but I'm serious. So by cleaning it up, I reduce some of my bad expenses here. And then I also free up some electrical capacity to plug in new mining hardware. And I'm going to have a serious, long sit-down strategy meeting, that I'm going to share the results here on YouTube of long-term Bitcoin mining and if it's really going to be viable for me and how I can make it more viable, or if I should triple down on Dogecoin mining, or, if, as the use says, mining is cooked. TBD. Subscribe if you want to see that stuff. I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. This is Tails, our super cutie pup. 10 seconds of Tails in every video. She's our CDO, Chief Doge Officer. I didn't get her chasing clout. I had her before I got into all this stuff. I'm thankful. She's a great blessing in my life. And, I'm blessed to do this and have these opportunities. Good luck. Goodbye. Farewell. See you soon, hopefully.